All right, that was good. Axiom MVP have slowly taken over my bag. I really started bagging them, playing with them when Simon switched over to MVP, and I've just become really fond of them. I like them. I still like Discmania, but right now I'm on an MVP Axiom kick, and I like all their plastics. Short backstory, I was in a used, like a sporting goods store locally, found a time lapse, it's right here, for sale. Picked it up, started throwing forehands with it, backhands with it, really like it. And I seen where Simon forehands a defy, so I looked up the defy, and it kind of, I wouldn't say, I guess it surprised me a little bit. The numbers on a defy are 11.5, -1, 3. Numbers on a time lapse are 12.5, -1, 3. And so I really struggled for a while about, do I really need a defy, because it's only supposed to be pretty much the exact same disc except for it's just 1 speed slower. So we're gonna test that today, compare some time lapses to the defy, see how they fly. We're gonna start with forehands because that's what Simon uses them for. So we're gonna get into it. So before I throw them, actually, I'll throw this one first, then I'll say a quick little thing. Defy is up first, forehand, here we go. Okay, that came out a little wobbly, okay, and a little nose up. That's what it did, sure did. Before I throw these other ones, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Help me get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's the goal, folks, that's the goal. So if you're returning to the channel, or if you're new, just hit that button. That would be awesome. So now I'm gonna forehand these two. I believe this one's less stable than this one, so we'll start with this one, and then we'll go this one. Here we go. Okay, I threw it right into the ground. Ignore that throw, that was stupid. Here we go, here's this one. Okay. That was much, much better, and which went much further than the defy, but it also was a fantastic line. So I'm gonna go get them. I think that that one's gonna be the more relatable to the defy. That red one that I have, I think it's just not quite as stable. So I'm gonna go get the one I just threw in the defy, and we're gonna keep this ball rolling. All right, so I'm gonna forehand them, each of them one more time, hopefully get a good representation of both of them, and then I'm gonna backhand them, and we'll go from there. Defy's up first. Here we go. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Okay, try to do the same thing here. Nope, turn, come out of it, come out of it. All right, that was good. So that time lapse is definitely less stable than the defy, for sure. I may have put it on a slight anhyzer, but that thing definitely wants to glide more than the defy, and it also has quite a bit more turn. We'll go get them and we'll go from there. So something that's definitely surprised me is the stability of the defy. And if we take a look at the profiles and the molds, the time lapse and the defy, the bottom half of the disc, like the underneath side, looks, oh, whoopsie, looks very similar. But the top half, the time lapse is way more of a dome. I mean, you can see that the defy is flat, time lapse has much more of a dome to it. And so, yeah, I mean, they don't, the underside looks similar, top sides look different, but this one I think is definitely more understable. I'm gonna get much more of an S shape out of this one, and a lot more glide. The dome probably helps with the glide, but this one, it surprises me that Simon forehands it. I don't know why, for whatever reason, I don't feel like he's I I could be completely wrong, this is just my opinion. Don't get all freaking weirded out. I feel like I don't see Simon as the type of guy that would forehand stable discs. I feel like he'd be like more of a neutral type of guy, but could be completely wrong, and it could just be this Defy that I got. I don't know. This one seems pretty stable, which I really like it. I can hammer over on it. But anyways, the Defy definitely surprises me with its stability. I definitely expected them to fly similar, but I like that they don't, because that's different slots for my bag. And I'm gonna backhand this one and backhand this one. That's what we're gonna do. Defy's up first. I have never actually backhanded this disc. I use it strictly for forehands. I've played a few rounds with it, and I really like it, but I've never backhanded it. So here we go. Backhands, here we go. Great line. And that was a great line. That has like a really good amount of stability. You can hammer over on that, release it on Anheuser, rip on it, trust it to come back. Do the same thing with this one. I got that way more nose up, but I got a lot bigger of an S shape out of it. I'm gonna throw this time lapse. I know this time lapse is not the one I have done the review in the rest of the video, but this one's slightly less stable. Just want to throw another disc, give you guys a comparison. If you were to have this time lapse versus the special edition one. So here we go. Did the same thing. They got out there, but I pulled on both of them. MVP / Axiom are usually spot on with their, I mean, very, very close to their numbers. Those two do not fly comparable to each other to some degree. And they're definitely shaped completely different. But I like the fact that they fly different, because they serve different shots for me. That's it for today's video. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Like always, go in peace and be blessed.